All right, this video is going to be about rotation and side bend in the downswing and how they help you hit down on the golf ball, how they help you keep some really good stability to the club face, how you are able to stay down throughout the shot, and how those two things work together. Okay, so you can see I have a decent little setup here. I have an alignment stick here I'm going to throw through my belt loops. Okay, so I have a few sticks down on the ground. That's going to be representing the target line. So the target line is kind of where the ball is going to be also. Now, any great golfer, they never allow the club head to go outside that line. Okay, it's going to be very hard to hit the ball from the inside, very easy to hosel it, very hard to rotate or impossible to rotate if the club gets outside that line. So every single golfer at a high level is bringing the club somewhat from the inside of that ball line, target line, okay? Now, what can happen when players get too much coming from the inside that they don't really rotate through the shot, the low point can happen a little bit before the ball, and you can leave the ball out to the right, you can hit up on it too much, hit a lot of blocks and fins, okay? So for a player that is coming a little bit too much from the inside, they need to feel a little bit more rotation of the body. So you can see I have an alignment stick here through my belt loops and another stick here on the behind me. My goal is to try to get in front of this alignment stick so I'm not allowing myself to slide forward and hit it. I'm trying to turn my body enough. And you can see if you're a player that comes too much from the inside and too under here, the more that I rotate, the more my hands are brought out in this direction. Okay, so all we're trying to do is try to blend these two motions to try to get your swing pretty centered out. Now, if we look at the reverse of that situation, so previously we were talking about a player that comes too much from the inside, swings too much to the right with not enough rotation. You can look at the complete opposite player who doesn't have any sort of right side bend at all and has a lot of rotation, and you can see the hands kick way out here. You'd be cutting way across the ball. The club head gets well outside the ball line. You're going to be dealing with some hosels potentially, maybe some stand up and toes, all sorts of issues due to the fact that the club head is kicking way outside the ball. It can be very hard to hit driver, very hard to hit up on it, very hard to hit a draw. So our goal is to kind of blend those two things. We want the benefits of the rotation because it's going to help us stay down through the shot. It's going to help us with club face stability as we're coming through the ball. But we also don't want the club kicking outside the ball line. So we don't want to see, we don't want to see the ball, or we don't want to see the club head. Sorry, I'm having some serious issues here. We don't want to see the club head kick well outside the ball line as we're adding rotation here too. So what we're going to do is kind of play a little Houdini act here to where my goal is, as I get to the top of my swing, my goal is to right bend with my body enough that the club head stays under this pool noodle, but I'm trying to get this alignment stick on my belt loops to miss this alignment stick back here. So I'm trying to blend those two things. So if I have too much rotation with not enough right bend, I'm going to kick out this way too much. If I have too much right bend with not enough rotation, I'm never going to get that alignment stick on my belt loops to work inside there, and I'm going to swing too far out to the right. So work through this slowly, but the goal is to, as you're kind of getting to the top, when your goal is to try to keep that alignment stick on the inside of this other one and keep the club underneath that pool noodle, you'll start to feel your body right crunch to keep it underneath this noodle, but also getting the hip and body to turn around the corner to help you hit down on the golf ball in the rotation portion. So we're trying to keep the alignment stick inside that other one, and we're trying to right bend enough to keep this club underneath the pool noodle. Go slow and chippy to start. I left that out a little bit to the right, but I really love the motion coming through there as far as how well I felt like I stayed down, how well I felt like I was going to hit the golf ball. Maybe slid it forward just a touch on it. So we're here, there, right bending to keep that club underneath the noodle. And then I can just push as hard as I want and extend from there. So we're under the noodle, stick on the inside of the other stick. Yeah, and I hit that really well, really solid. really straight. And the more that you work on this, the more you can blend those two movements together. The rotation helps you hit down on it. It helps you stay down through the shot. It gives you some face stability. And the right bend creates a scenario to where as you're adding that rotation, you're not kicking the club too far out. So we kind of have some right crunch of our body as we're rotating, and that puts that club really, in a goal would be to get that club directly down the target line when it's parallel to the ground here, and that's a really good spot to be. If we're rotating too much and the club head's kicking out here, or if we're side bending too much and the club is out here, this is a great way to blend those two movements together to zero out your club path. My club path there was right at 1 negative, which is pretty good. Hitting down on the golf ball, hit it really well, had a lot of club face stability. And this is a great drill to just overall train the shape of your swing when you're matching rotation of the body to help you down on it and the side bend to help neutralize that.